All right, guys, today we are going to go myth busting. That's right, we are going to go into my comment section on investment in Pokemon 2022 and check out a comment to find out if it is true or false. So, guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and as always, hit that like button. We get 75 likes on this video. It's greatly appreciated, helps us out a ton, and of course, best of all, it's free for you. So hit that like button before you leave. Also, another announcement, we have our monthly box break coming up. Once again, a reminder for that. We have down below right here, I am going to be putting in the actual packs that you can purchase. And of course, they're in our store in the link below in the description. If you're interested in joining that, that will be on Saturday, June 25th. If you'd like to just join in chat, we'll be able to purchase packs during the live. If you're having fun and enjoying it and want to purchase, definitely feel free to jump in and have some fun with us. And we will continue to be doing this on that third Saturday or second to last Saturday of the month, continuing on now until whenever we might stop doing this. So once again, guys, if you have some fun or have some extra money, want to have some fun, want to just sit down and relax and watch your cards be opened and have a discussion while we're doing it, definitely join Box Break. It's a lot of fun. And this time I'm going to have a little bit more energy, so it should be a little bit more lively. Now, getting into the actual video itself, what I want to discuss today is the comment that I get quite a bit on my investment videos when I'm talking about Pokemon investment, when I'm talking about investments in Pokemon TCG, when I'm talking about Pokemon business, is that we are ruining the Pokemon TCG because players cannot get the cards that they desire because they're too expensive for them to purchase. I've got this comment on probably 10 or 12 of my investment videos recently. Out of the last 20 I've probably put up. And today I wanted to tackle this. And to me, it's probably people that don't actually play in tournaments and they don't understand exactly how it is and they think they're defending these people. I can tell you right now, I play in tournaments. So I have a pretty good backing on what's going on in this. And I don't only invest and collect, I also play. And it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Jacob's getting into it more. We're building different battle decks. We're test decking. We're doing a lot of new things now. He's getting older and understanding the game more and more. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But I'm going to show you today how this could or could not be true. And we're going to just break it down with numbers. First card I'm going to put up right next to me right here is going to be the Machamp V Alternate Art. Very familiar card from Astral Radiance. Of course, went really expensive. It was about $60 on release, and then of course went up to about $140, and now we're sitting at about $100 to $110. Now, we're going to take a look at the full details of this card, and I'm going to just put it out here. Hit points, 220. We've got a fighting type Pokemon. You need a fighting type energy and a random energy to get the Revenge Blaster, which is 50 plus. If your Pokemon, if your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 50 more damage to the Pokemon in play. So what that means is if you've got any of your bench Pokemon with damage on them, you will get a 100 hit point hit on your opponent's Pokemon. Seismic Toss is 140. Once again, 2 fighting energies and 1 random energy. Weakness is, of course, Psychic for fighting type, times 2. Your Retreat, it takes 3 energies, random energies to get a retreat. And, of course, your V rules where your opponent takes 2 prize cards if they knock this Pokemon out. So, why is all this information really particular? Why am I really making sure that you see this? Well, I'm going to pull open another card here, and I'm going to put it right next to me here. This is the Machamp Full Art V. Once again, hit points, 220. Got your fighting type. You got your energies used, the fighting and random, to get the Revenge Buster. 50 plus points. Once again, same ruling. Can get 100 points if you got a damage counter on one of your bench Pokemon. You can get 2 fighting types and a random energy for a Seismic Toss at 140. You can get, of course, your weakness is 2 times on Psychic. Retreats 3. Same V rule applies. Interesting. Sounds familiar. We're going to jump over to the next one here. Boom. Machamp V. Now, everybody sees this one and everybody kind of discards them because they don't think there's any value in this card because, hey, it's a V card. Why do I see any value in a $1 to $2 card? Once again, hit point, 220, fighting type. Fighting type energy random gets you the Revenge Buster, 50 plus. Fighting type, and a random energy gets you the Seismic Toss on 140. 2 times weakness on Psychic. Retreat is 3 random energies. And of course, the same V rule applies. Now, just keep this in mind. This card right here is about $2.50. If you go to the full art, you're about $13.50. If you go to the alternate art, about $105 roughly on average. We're going to pull open this one. This is currently one of the top tournament cards with this and the VMAX version of this. I'm going to pull this open because, once again, 220 hit points on this one. Random energy. 2 random energies gets you Trinity Charge. 3 random energies gets you Power Edge. 130 damage points. Weakness is on a fighting type times 2. Retreat, 2 random energies. V rule still applies to this card. I'm going to pull open right away to this one. The Arceus V, which is just your standard once again. I've pulled a dozen of these just opening up packs. This one is going to have 220 hit points. Random energy. 2 random energies gets you Trinity Charge. 3 random energies gets you 130 attacks on your opponent's Pokemon. 2 times damage on fighting type. 2 energy retreat. V rule. Wow, looks really familiar. Moving into the Trinity, this is just the Black Star promo Arceus V. 220 hit points. Random energy. Go down, random energies, 2 of them gets you Trinity Charge. 3 random energies gets you Power Edge, 130. I could keep going on and on forever, guys. And it's the same with the VMAXs. It's the same with the gold cards. It's the same with the rainbow rares. It's all the same numbers, guys. Now, why is this important? Well, if you go and buy this promo and get the Arceus V box, which is right there in that box up there, you can get that right now on TCG Player for $460. You can get the Arceus V on TCG Player for $5.50. And you can get the alternate art for $45.50. Now, the reason I point this out and the reason I bring this up is because I'm just showing you that what is happening with alternate arts, rainbow rares, gold cards, people paying extravagant money for these things, people paying way too much for some of these cards, in my opinion, is not affecting the tournament play. I have never once had a tournament player come up to me and tell me I can't play this game because I can't afford to buy any of the cards. Hasn't happened yet. And there's a reason. Pokemon, in all of their wisdom, decided that they were going to make the actual product in roughly Sun and Moon era a chaseable product for the tournament players and for collectors. They get the tournament players first. Pokemon has always put emphasis and made it clear that they will always put tournament players above anybody else. Some sets are created for collectors. They're not really playable, and there's a purpose for that too, just for the fact that they try to cater to those collectors. Since 2016, when we had the Pokemon Go boom, Pokemon realized that people that came back in, such as my age and even a little bit older, came back in and started purchasing things before the tournament players could get them. And the only solution that they had back then was to print more and more and more and more to try and get ahead of those collectors and investors back then to actually get the product to the tournament players, which of course meant there was tons of product and they just saturated the market crazy to make that impossible. In Sun and Moon, they came up with a clever idea. They started making full art trainers. They started making more GXs and EXs. They started making more gold cards, and rainbow rares all started to appear more and more in a Pokemon TCG. Now, why did they do that? Well, their logic is pretty simple. They want to make it so that the tournament players have their playable cards, while the collectors are off chasing the more fancy and flashy cards. Now, granted, tournament players do like flashy cards. I got a guy in my tournaments that all he has is really rainbow rares and alternate arts and gold cards in his sets. That's what he likes. And if he likes that, that's fine. But he's willing to pay that money to do that for his decks. While someone like myself, I just use Vs. I don't have a single rainbow rare, gold, or alternate art inside of my battle decks because I'm always afraid that I'm going to forget them. Someone might take the deck off the table when I'm talking to someone. They might get damaged. I might go out home in a rainstorm and they might fall into a puddle. And if I damage a bunch of just commons and uncommons and then just my standard playable Vs, I'm out $35. While if I do this to an alternate art, one card will set me back $35 to $50, possibly $100, depending on that alternate art. So that's something that you really need to take into consideration is that Pokemon International has set this up perfectly so that they keep the people that are investing in Pokemon in their own lane. They keep the people that are playing Pokemon in their own lane. And they also make it so that they can crisscross and enjoy the hobby together. So in general, guys, what happens to an alternate art and the cost of an alternate art, the cost of a Rainbow, that alternate art Charizard, that alternate art Arceus card, that Machamp V going up to $140 had no effect on tournament players. And we are not affecting them at all when you're working on this side of the hobby. And I can tell you that from experience. The people that are saying this, I feel, are just trying to be protective of it and maybe don't actually play themselves. And if they do, they should probably know that it isn't affecting tournament play. The only thing it's affecting for tournament players is that they're not able to bling out their deck and put all the fancy cards into it, which, like I said, for me and the people I play with, out of the probably 45 to 50 of us that actually play in tournaments together all the time, only one of us actually blings out their deck, and that's just because that's the way he is. That's his personality. And that's the beautiful thing about Pokemon is that you can make your battle deck any personality you want to just enjoy it, have fun, and really just do what you want in the hobby. If you want to invest and collect and you want to take these risks, you want to pay big money for alternate arts and put them away for investments or for your collection, go for it. Have fun. If you want to pay way too much money for some of these, do it. It's your money if you want to enjoy that hobby. But don't think that you're affecting your tournament players. And I can tell you for myself as a tournament player, you're not. It isn't affecting us at all. The only time we really had any effects in this part of it was back in 2020, end of 2020 and 2021, because there was no product, period. And everything that was out there was so expensive. It made it very difficult, but it really didn't make a difference anyways, because guess what? We were stuck at home with COVID. So even then, it didn't really affect us. Battle Styles, the first wave, was actually the most difficult for us when we were trying to do, for myself, the single strike deck. Trying to get those cards, it was really difficult at a reasonable price. But then that second wave came in and just completely flooded the market. And since then, being able to get a competitive deck together isn't hard. So don't worry about it, guys. Don't think that you're actually causing a problem. The only people that are getting a problem with it is my friend who likes to bling out his deck and have fun doing that, and that's his thing. But he could also work around it too if he wanted to, and if he didn't want to spend big money, he could just buy the regular Vs and the regular trainers inside of it. You don't even need the full art trainers, guys. Each one of those trainers has a regular common or uncommon counterpart that you can pull just about anywhere, anytime out of these packs. So all of it, anything that's ultra rare and above is realistically just fun, especially the secret rares and rainbow rares and alternate arts. They're just fun. They're collector's items. They're meant for the collectors. They're meant for the investors. They're meant to get them off of the players' backs so that we can have the V cards at a really cheap price, or the simple V Maxes at a really reasonable price, and continue to have fun in the hobby. So once again, guys, hopefully this clears things up. And if it did, hit that subscribe, hit that notify. And as always, guys, hit that like. We can get 75 likes in this video. As always, I will put up these two videos for you up afterwards for your enjoyment and information afterwards. And we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.